Nebraska is a team that will be very hungry to beat somebody. They got beat twice last weekend by Michigan and Michigan State respectively, both in 5-game matches, both 2-point differentials in Game 5. So I know John Cook well enough to know that he will have his team very well prepared to play this weekend. And the Coliseum is a challenging place to play, but we look forward to going there and let the fur fly and see what happens. They were number one, for a while, and they have number one type talent. They're, again, this year is similar to last year, where there's nobody that has really taken over. I think the amount of talent in the country is higher this year than it was last year, but there's still a handful of teams that could say they are the best team in the country. Stanford's number one right now. Penn State's behind them, I think, and then Oregon. Nebraska, with the 2 losses that they suffered last weekend, dropped down to 8 or 9, depending on what poll you're looking at. But as far as experienced top-tier players, they have as many as anybody in the country. 3 seniors who are outstanding players, and their setter, Cook, who was all Big Ten. Both outside hitters were all Big Ten. Hannah Worth, Gina Mancuso. They've got a right-side player who stands 6'5". It's a lefty that you have to pay a lot of attention to also. Their middles and Thramer and Haggerty are both 6'2", 6'3", capable of putting the ball away. They've got a nice libero. They're a team that will be very difficult to defend. A lot of teams that you play, you can put a strategy together to try to take away their 1 or 2 best players and really do a good job. Just like in basketball, maybe you're going to double team the post player when he gets the ball down in the paint. Well, in some teams you can do that against. Some basketball teams you double team the post player, it goes right out to the shooting guard or the three guy, and he nails the shot, and that strategy doesn't work very well. Same thing happens in volleyball. You try to do some things, they may not work. We're going to have to play, I guess, a little more balanced defense against Nebraska, and we haven't looked at them as much, haven't even talked about them with our team, but we will. And but they're good. I expect Nebraska to be one of those 5 teams that has a chance to win a national championship at the end of the season. From the standpoint of having a day in between, should be helpful. I think that's a good thing for us. It gives us a little more time to prepare. Nebraska is a tall order any way you look at that. I don't think that the win or loss result will have a big impact on that day off. I think that whoever comes out and is ready to play on Saturday night is probably going to win the match. But I don't like being gone that long. But on the other hand, I think over the long haul, having a day in between matches should keep your players fresher, not just for that Saturday night match, but on into the next week. When you're playing back-to-back, it can take its toll on players like an Ariel Turner, Catherine Rabarchek, Rachel Davis, Kiki Jones, some of those players that are just really grinding it out night after night.